Hey, welcome to another episode of Music Tips and Reviews with JG. Appreciate y'all for watching. And so I watched this show on YouTube. Ray Daniels. He's he's a huge A&R. He's been in the music industry game. And he has a podcast, and he happened to have Bryan-Michael Cox, multi-Grammy award winning, won Grammys for like Confessions, Be Without You for Mary J. Blige, a huge R&B producer, been in the game for over 20 years, started off with Jagged Edge, Noontime, a lot of people that, producer heads, y'all know, Noontime with Jazzy Faye, Jonte Austin, J-Dub, the list goes on and on. Tank, went through Noontime as well. And so they asked him a question, what's missing in R&B today? Different from, way back then, in the 90s. I wouldn't say way back then. I don't want to put no age stamp on people. But they asked him, what's missing in today's music. And I did a video way back and people said, people like, oh, that's not the case, because Diddy came out with a thing that hip-hop, R&B is dead. And a lot of people like, no, R&B is not dead, but it is missing certain elements that we used to have. And I did a video a year ago. I can't believe it's been a year ago. But I did a video a year ago. R&B is not dead. It's just missing the church element. And y'all listen to what B Cox have to say. And while I get to the video, please subscribe to my channel so you'll be updated on all my latest content. So let's check out this short. See what he got to say.
Biggest distinction between today's R&B and like the R&B that.
So she's saying, what's the biggest distinction between today's R&B and the R&B of today? So,
oh my God, the number one.
Oh, I'm excited.
Church R&B music.
Yep, he just said it. He said what I said a year ago. It's missing church. And so let's see what he says about that.
Music always derived from the church. Jodeci. KC was Lil Calvin in the Haley Singers. Dalvin is Dalvin the Great. Daddy is the great Reverend the Great. They used to travel around the nations.
And so if y'all listen to Jodeci back in the day, KC, JoJo, Aldo, they was from the church. KC, he used to travel around. He's from the Carolinas, North Carolina. When he was young, they used to travel around in an R&B quartet, Jodeci, Dalvin, all those, they used to be in church. Devontae used to play in church. They're from the church. And, what R&B back then, even if you think about Faith Evans, she kind of derives from the Clock Sisters sound, the way she really expressed her vocals. She was really influenced, and a lot of people don't see it, but she was really influenced by Karen Clark Sheard. She sung gospel. Mariah Carey's from the church, Whitney Houston. And when you listen to music back then, it was so much emotion, and that's why R&B back then, you can feel it. But not saying that R&B is not coming back. I believe it's coming back in this present time. It's a lot of great new artists coming out with soul. So
singing spirituals, and then you get Jodeci out of that. Boys to Men, church boys. As a musician,
and especially Boys to Men, they listen to commission, gospel. And so a lot of these gospel, these R&B artists, they listen to R&B, or they came from the gospel world. So
I got my chops in the church. As a singer, you get
And if you listen to B. Cox's music, all those chords, it's somewhat classical, but it's church. Some of those diminished chords, some of those licks that he does, and his keyboarding, his piano playing is from the church.
your chops and your performance skills in the church.
They can sing.
Because you got to make them people feel the Holy Ghost. So you got to perform for them people. Whitney Houston, church.
Yeah,
Mariah
Whitney
Carey,
Houston. Yep.
Grandmothers, church. Monica, church.
And I just said that. Yeah, Monica.
What's the biggest distinction between today?
So that was the video, and he really said what I said a year ago about the influence of church and R&B music. He said it. And so I stand by that. A lot of new school people might think you old school, but really that emotion and that vulnerability in the church, man, and R&B comes from church. So he kind of confirmed, that's the word, he kind of confirmed what I said a year ago about R&B is not dead, it's just missing the church element. Even if you listen to, and I hate to say his name, R. Kelly, church, all those, Teddy Riley, church, so I just wanted to point that out. Because it was crazy. He said that in this podcast, Ray Daniel podcast. So appreciate y'all for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. Got a lot of good interviews coming up. And so, stay tuned. A lot of great content coming up. So until next time, all right, peace.